Yeah. What? Absolutely. Say it again, yo. What? Absolutely. Listen to me.
Welcome to WrestleRant HD. I'm your host, Angelo Demetrius, and this is WrestleRant HD. 2 nights, well, by the time you see this, 1 night away from Hell in a Cell. A pay-per-view that, well, I'm not that excited about, but I'm not that disappointed in. After all, the World Heavyweight Champion, Mark Henry, will be defending that title Sunday night against the former Heavyweight Champion of the world, Randy RKO Orton. Now, here on WrestleRant HD, we like to get right down to the cut of our jib. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now. Triple H has asserted his dominance in the WWE once again as the Chief Operating Officer. On Monday Night Raw, he made it clear that if anyone was to get in his way, if anyone was to try to cross him, that he was going to make them WWE history. Well, on Friday Night SmackDown, he made the same thing clear to the Executive Vice President of Talent Relations, John Laurinaitis. John, you had better be careful. You may very well be wished good luck in your future endeavors at Burger King or White Castle. You might even serve food at the NBC commissary. Watch out, John. Either way, very good story. I like exactly what I'm seeing from the Triple H saga. The whole story with Laurinaitis, Triple H, Otunga, which we'll get to later, I think is a brilliant story. Now, I got to talk about this. Out of all the things that I've ranted about, if there were ever any legitimate thing that I had to rant about, it is definitely this. What is up, WWE, with mid-carding a heavyweight, a top heavyweight like Sheamus? Sheamus, who was once the WWE champion, not once but twice, has been dropped down to the Intercontinental title ranks? Come on. When the Ultimate Warrior lost the Intercontinental Championship, lost the Intercontinental Championship, and went on to face Hulk Hogan for the WWE Championship, if you want to call it that, did you take him back down to the Intercontinental title after he lost? I don't think you did. And I don't think it's fair to do the same thing not only to Sheamus, but to any other WWE superstar. Once you've been the Intercontinental Champion, that's exactly it. You've been the Intercontinental Champion. Sheamus hasn't been the Intercontinental Champ, but he doesn't need to be. You can't just make a guy WWE Champion twice and then take him down to Intercontinental title ranks. Who do you think Sheamus is? Kofi Kingston? Oops, he never got the WWE title, did he? But listen, at least if you were going to take Kofi back down to Intercontinental title ranks, he's been the Intercontinental Champion. He hasn't been the WWE Champion. Sure, you slighted him and took him out of the WWE Championship story with Randy Orton. But at least you took him from IC Champ to Heavyweight Tag Team Champion. Don't take Sheamus from Heavyweight Champ to Intercontinental Champ. If you're smart, WWE, and I'm just throwing this out there, even though you say you don't listen to your fans when it comes to stories and you'll reject any stories. I know you watch WrestleRant. Sure you do. Listen, there's a feud there between Mark Henry and Sheamus. There's a story. Hopefully, you won't let Randy Orton retain or get the title back at Hell in a Cell. You'll allow Mark Henry to keep it. Thus, you'll be able to catapult Sheamus into a story with Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, which, by the way, is doing, no pun intended, a bang-up job as your world heavyweight champion. Oh, what about Mason Ryan? Okay. Now, let's get all of this out of the way first. For those of you who are sitting at home saying, this guy's on steroids, this guy is on the juice, let me just say, you cannot, I can confirm or deny that Mason Ryan is on steroids. In the words of John Cena, in the wise words of a Fruity Pebble, I can't tell you that Mason Ryan is, and I can't tell you that he's not. Anyway, Mason Ryan, a dominant force in that ring. Sure, Batista's gone, but Mason Ryan is here. And I mean to tell you that Mason Ryan is going to steamroll his way through the WWE. The way he took out Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger on Monday Night Raw when they thought he was going to be their tag team partner was an amazing introduction into his babyface career. Mason, I wish you all the best, and I look forward to seeing more of those muscles. Moving right along. When we come back, we are going to talk about David Otunga. Could he possibly, by himself, spearhead the greatest lawsuit that the WWE has ever seen? Find out when we come back to wrestlerant. Could wrestlerant HD inform and entertain you? Does good old JR have Stone Cold Steve Austin up his butt?
I feel better, JR? Yeah.
wrestlerant HD. Get informed. Be entertained.
Cause I called them up, they had the nerve to put me on hold. I sued Starbucks, cause I spilled a frappuccino in my lap. It was cold. I sued Toys R Us, cause I swallowed a dirt ball.
Welcome back to wrestlerant HD, America's #1 professional wrestling rant show. I'm your host, Angelo Demetrius, and now we're going to talk about something that could rock the WWE potentially. We're going to talk about the lawsuit that David A-List Otunga wants to put against the new COO of the company. Is it possible that David Otunga could get a group of superstars together, Christian, Ziggler, Swagger, Vicky Guerrero, and sue the new COO of the WWE? Listen, I'm going to lay it down to you straight, folks. You can sue anybody you want to. I can sue Doritos because a dot on the chip wasn't in the place I thought it should be. It doesn't mean you're going to win. But I can tell you this, that it's about time they started doing something with David D-List Otunga. You see, David Otunga has to go here because he doesn't have much else for speaking talent vocally in the ring. Not much for physical talent really either if you think about it. David Otunga needs this story. Why? Because without a story like this, you'll forget about David Otunga. And honestly, when this story is over, you'll probably still forget about him. I mean, when you see Jennifer Hudson, are you thinking about David Otunga? I'm not. Right, fellas? Right. Now, what about Alberto Del Rio? Alberto Del Rio has really kicked it up a notch. Sorry, Emerald. Alberto Del Rio has really picked it up. He is serious about being the WWE champion. The former WWE champion, Alberto Del Rio, is looking to make a statement in the WWE and leave his mark. Whether it be on John Cena or CM Punk, Alberto Del Rio will probably make sure this Sunday at Hell in a Cell that he leaves them in their tracks. If WWE doesn't stick to their formula, John Cena, WWE champion, well, Alberto Del Rio's future may be very, very bright. CM Punk could be the WWE champion if politics weren't in play. But let me say this. I believe CM Punk and or Alberto Del Rio has what it takes to carry the WWE all the way to a new height and a new precipice. That's just this WrestleRant host's opinion. How about the great Khali getting trashed, devastated, crippled by the world's strongest man, Mark Henry? Mark Henry literally devastated the great Khali. I told you, fans. I told you that he was going to steamroll his way through the WWE. I told you that he could possibly be the most dangerous world heavyweight champion that there has ever been. Any complaints from me this week? Nuh-uh. Not even a little bit. Because I think WWE is actually doing something with Mark Henry that they should have done with Booker T. Kind of ironic, Booker T interviewing Mark Henry on Friday Night SmackDown, right? Seeing as I thought WWE's story when Booker T was World Heavyweight Champion was very poor. Mark Henry has a great story and a great future. If this is the end of his 15-year tenure, I believe that the world's strongest man is going to make it count. Alright, it is time for not just a rant, but an intervention. JTG, if you're watching this, sit down. You might not take this as easy as I'd like you to take it. JTG, since Shad Gaspard left, well, you're just that guy hanging around. Look, are you there to win a championship? Are you there to make a statement? Are you there to make a point? Are you there to possibly continue sporting bad fashion? JTG, or as Booker T calls you, JT Jizzle, you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to do something before WWE wishes you well in your future endeavors. It's time for a persona change. The whole crime time thing is over with. JTG, this is an intervention. You need to do something with your character. How many DVRs fast forward when you come on? I know mine does. Listen, the people will not watch you if you're not saying or doing anything interesting. I urge you to look to Mark Henry for an example. Sheamus even. JTG, you're just that guy in the locker room, buddy. You know, still hanging around, eating on Sheamus's M&Ms when he asked for him to be put in a bowl in a certain color like Hulk Hogan did. Never mind. JTG, I'm just trying to reach out to you, buddy. I love you, man. Hey, I love professional wrestling. Don't kill me. Anyway, Moving right along to a subject that is very important, crucial to this Sunday at Hell in a Cell. Randy Orton could not get the RKO on Mark Henry. Now, some of you are saying, yeah, but Angelo Demetrius, didn't you see the last half where Randy Orton actually scored the RKO on Mark Henry? I did. But it was the only one time that Randy Orton was able to do it. We could be looking at a crushed Viper come this Sunday. Not that I'm comparing Mark Henry to a pachyderm, but if elephants are walking and a snake, viper or not, is underneath a herd of elephants as they pass by, does that mean the snake is still going to be alive just because it's a snake? No. Like anything else, me, you, it would be crushed by that elephant. Mark Henry is a devastating force. And I believe that WWE is trying to make a point with Mark Henry. Plus, I also believe that Randy Orton is due some vacation time. Just throwing that out there to you. So, this has been WrestleRant HD. I'm your host, Angelo Demetrius. Hey, if you want to watch Hell in a Cell this Sunday, it's your money. Or go to a WWE hotspot. Watch it for free. Oh, did I say that? Sure I did. I will see you next weekend right here. Same bat time. Same bat channel. YouTube.com and or clickwrestle.com. I'm Angelo Demetrius saying goodbye for WrestleRant HD. Goodbye, everybody.